My Saturday night is taking 3 dicks at once. I was like, oh my god, this is the best. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Boneyard Arcade Podcast. As always, I'm Lucky.
I'm Chloe.
I'm Graham.
And I'm Josh.
Welcome back. We've got a few things we're going to be talking about this week. But first, guys, how you going?
Swell.
Look at that intro.
I'm good.
You good?
I'm pretty alright.
You doing all right?
I took a swig of bourbon. I thought that was important.
I knew that you'd been drinking tonight because you've
excited
already.
to be here.
You're excited to be. Dan, you live here.
Thanks for having me on this week.
And look at Josh. Josh is happy, but you just don't know it.
I'm really tired.
You need color changing stuff. Like you need to
I
install
get mood rings. Oh, I should
Yeah.
get mood rings. Like all over my fingers. Maybe like a mood sleeve.
Go to like AliExpress. They're like a buck.
Is that what you've got on?
And they're
You
like
got so
proper
excited.
stainless steel.
And they're only made with a
sick.
little bit of uranium.
Yeah.
I want all uranium rings.
Uranus.
Wow.
Uranusum. Is that real?
It's how you test which size you need.
he hasn't
Alright, next. Fuck.
Yep.
Done.
Next, I was
So we're a minute or two in and we've already hit anal fingering. Where are we going with this?
It's true.
last week we talked
start
about
strong.
pornography, and I remember watching it back, being like,
Turtle pre-cum.
yeah,
Yeah,
was immediate. It was, I looked at it and I'm like,
Right out of the gate.
immediately.
Yeah, I still haven't
demonetized.
rebought those chips yet, by the way.
They're really good. Though.
They were good.
And apparently they come in different flavors. And Psy, you know, the guy who did Gangnam Style, yeah, there's an ad of him like holding them all up, and it looks like he's taking a shit. And I'm like, somebody tweeted
So we
them
need
at me,
to-
and I was
Okay,
like,
I'll rebuy them.
Someone
Yeah.
said something about them
Them
being
again.
4 flavors, but I don't know if it was actually
Yeah.
those chips.
It was like four. It's
Is that
made
what
up
the
of
little
different
ruffle
layers
curl
apparently?
is?
Yeah, and apparently they're different flavors. I don't know.
I'm
Like
telling you,
different
there
levels
was
of
one
cinnamon?
flavor and it was cinnamon.
Yeah. Yeah.
cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Different strengths of cinnamon. per
Whatever it
strand.
was, there was the one overriding flavor was cinnamon, so they failed. But they're very
Yeah.
good. As cinnamon chips, they're fine. As 4 flavor chips, they're terrible.
Does that mean
Yeah.
anything that is anything other than cinnamon fails? Like, you know when you make like gingerbread.
Well,
Wait, no,
only if you're-
gingerbread is
No,
so-
cinnamon
Cinnamon.
shit.
No, only if you're intending for it to be 4 flavors and it comes out as one.
Wait.
Otherwise, cinnamon's fine.
What happens if you're like baking Christmas pudding and you put cinnamon and like, you know, like cloves and like
It outdoes everything else.
yeah, does it still count as all those other things as well, or do you just refer?
Well, this is the
It's
thing.
just
I don't cook. You don't ask me these questions.
I have this problem
breaking
with
down the
coriander,
barriers.
and it's not necessarily that it tastes
Coriander
like.
is delicious.
But it's
Yes.
not for me. It's not that it tastes like soap necessarily. It's just that I don't particularly like the flavor, and because of that, that's all I can taste when it's in like a
Yeah,
salad or
you're-
something.
you're picking
it's
that
just
flavor
like
out,
that just
lingering on it.
pushes over everything else. I mean, salads are typically quite bland anyway because it's majority
Leaves.
water inside skin.
the food that my food eats.
But yeah, like that's all I can ever taste.
Quick survey. Coriander is
Shit.
Lovely.
Unnecessary.
delicious. Okay, good. I'm glad that we got past
Yeah.
that.
Yes, no, that was
I
important.
don't feel it's necessary to any meal. It's more there just so you can see it in there in case you want some shit.
See,
in
That's
there.
how I feel
Wonderful
about
guac.
parsley. Parsley doesn't contribute
Oh,
anything.
yeah,
I put
but-
them in
oh.
the same category.
Most of the time, parsley's just put on there as a garnish, and like in most meals.
I
Sometimes it's got a
I
purpose.
don't notice parsley like I notice coriander, though. But
Yeah.
I think they
still
don't usually
eat
put it
parsley.
through the salad though. They normally just put it like on a steak or like shove it on the top of your mashed potatoes or something.
Yeah.
They just do it to make the plate have
It's
green
a
on it.
garnish. It's a garnish. Is it your mum that throws parsley, coriander, through soup?
I do
That
that,
was
with
Salt
with
Bay.
What? Did I do
Coriander
this?
Bay. Dan's
You
coriander.
said something about throwing something through something, and I immediately was like picturing
Oh,
Chloe's
God.
mum doing the thing.
Yeah, she's just.
What, this short little Russian lady going,
She'd have to be like,
I can reach.
fuck me. All right.
If you love coriander, leave us a comment in the
Yeah.
comments. If you hate coriander, wage war with the people that do like coriander
fucking
in there.
coriander
Get
fan club.
Fucking bring
We're
the
going to win
noise.
the battle.
Let's
Coriander's
go.
awesome.
All right, so constructive stuff. We actually did do things in the last few weeks. We went and saw a couple of movies. We went and saw Us, a horror movie that recently came out, and we went and saw Shazam.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Shazam first? Might as well. Since you said you liked it.
Why not?
Yeah, I guess. Well, we're here now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We're all here. We're all happy to be
Who
here.
wants to go first? Shazam.
That's Chloe. Chloe wants to go
okay.
first. How, did you... So... Going into it, did you have expectations? Did you watch all the trailers and shit? Like,
No,
did you have
I-
anything going in?
No, I went in there with absolutely nothing. Like, Shazam to me has never really been a character. The only way I know of Shazam is through playing Injustice. And I never
Actually,
really...
me too.
Yeah, and like, I never played it because I was never really fond of the character, so I never really got into the trailers, and I didn't really expect very much. Plus, with DC's past history as well. And then went in there and absolutely loved it. It was so refreshing to like have some laughs with it and just have some pure character about it. Like, not to say
I'm waiting
that.
for you to spoil the movie.
Huh?
I'm waiting for you to spoil.
Oh,
the
no
movie.
spoilers.
No, I'm just saying
We'll fix it in
I'm
post.
not that silly.
Just
No,
the
no,
entire.
no,
If
you're
there's
good.
like
Yeah.
a big discontinuous chunk missing,
Yeah.
or a beep for like 5 minutes, it was just Chloe spoiling the whole
Chloe
film.
fucking up everything.
Or
I
one of
didn't
us.
do anything.
All right,
There's
so you
every
liked it. It was
chance.
good.
Yes,
It's really
I
cute.
really,
You
really
enjoyed
loved it.
It's fun.
And I remember telling you before I wasn't really a fan of Zachary Levi. I have completely changed that perspective now. No, I really, really like.
I like.
What about you? What do you think?
Me?
You.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think I've smeared all of my boogers up my face.
Oh, nice.
You clean. I see.
I'm good. Okay.
Yes.
Thanks,
Chloe
babe.
licked it off before.
Man, fetish.
For Shazam, I was like, I don't know anything about the character. I don't read the comic books. I don't rate the idea of a kid turning into a superhero as a movie that I would want to go and give a shit about. And so when they were like, hey, you're invited to Shazam, I turned to Josh, I'm like, do you really want to go see this? And he was like, I'm interested. Like, the trailer was funny.
Well, no, that was the thing. I did the same thing as you. I was like, I don't really know the character because, surprise, surprise, I never know any character.
Whoa!
Clap, 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 clap.
I had a rich upbringing full of pop culture and many other things. Many things. Yeah, so...
Josh has a hard case of hard drives that he won't let me fucking move out of his room because he's like, yeah, but the case is fireproof. And I'm like, is this the upbringing that you had?
I
He's like,
have
"It's really
memories
cool."
in there.
And I'm like, I don't care.
It's full
Anyway,
of photos.
Tell me.
So, besides my fireproof hard drive case, Shazam. Went into it not knowing a thing about it, and I was like on the fence about even going because it was out on Sunday and a long way from where I live and stuff, and I was like, I don't really want to. Looked up the trailer and I went, you know what? This actually looks like it might be good. And so, yeah, shock horror.
Oh no.
So
what? Yeah.
went along to it. Still expectations sort of somewhere in the middle, going, we'll see which way this goes. I've been fooled by trailers before. Suicide Squad. And the whole thing was sort of like PG Deadpool is how I sort of felt like it played itself. Like it was comedy, but it was sort of more towards kids, but like where you can still appreciate it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah,
And I
cool.
was glad because I really went in there not expecting to like it and walked out like,
Happy.
yeah, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
I was stoked
Totally not
that
a waste of Sunday.
I was stoked we got to go see it on the big screen and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was more fun than I expected it, and I was like I sat at the end of it and I was like, holy shit, DC actually managed to pull something out of their ass for once. It's still not 100%, and there were parts of it that made me cringe because they were super corny, and I'm like, please stop trying so hard to be, you know, setting up this backstory. I know that they have to set up a backstory because people like Josh and I and Chloe, who don't really know the character particularly well, they have to set it up for people like us. It's like, hey, we need to tell you where he came from, what he's about, and what he needs to do. They have to set up those things in order for it to make sense. But it was like the way they did it, I was like, oh man, the costume at the beginning with the wizard was like really shithouse, and I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? And I was really confused, and I'm like, this is. But then as soon as he gets his powers and like funny shit starts happening, it's like, okay, yes, I'm invested 100%. And the kids, I loved the kids.
Yeah.
So
They picked good, like
they picked
good
The
characters.
cast was
characters.
yeah. And the characters were really well acted, like really well sort of, they all glued together really well in their little world. Like there was no weak link in that chain, I think.
Yeah.
was it the kid who plays Eddie in It? Was
It
he
took
the
me 20 minutes to figure out that was him.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, that kid's fucking sassy. I love him.
Yeah.
Where do I know him from? And I'm like, oh, it's Eddie. And I leaned over to Josh. I'm like, it's Eddie. And I said it real loud. I was
And I'm
like,
pretty sure you sort of tapped me, and so I looked over just as you did the same thing as we smashed into each other's heads, just for you to scream, "It's Eddie" in my ear.
and Josh was like, I don't know what that
I
means.
was just like, all right, that was.
What's an Eddie?
That was.
Who's Eddie?
Thank you for pulling me out of the moment.
It's funny because in this movie he's called Freddy.
Is he really? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, man. I can't
He's
even
Freddy
remember.
in this, and I was like, well, I
I
guess.
hope he's Teddy in the next film.
Yeah, they're just not like letting anyone forget where
Yeah.
he started.
Never Spaghetti.
So, yeah.
Did you? So, Daniel, as you sip your drinky poo, did you enjoy Shazam?
I did.
Okay, good.
I did. I went there purely because I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
Because I was like, the fuck, DC's trying something different.
Yeah.
And it's not like super dark. And I don't know how I'm going to feel about it because I like dark things.
Me too.
I like when dark is done well.
Yeah.
DC doesn't do
grungy
dark
and
that
shit.
well.
Keyword there, when it's done well.
Yeah. And that's like, that was how I felt about this. I looked at it and I was like, this is the opposite of what they usually do. It's not dark. It's more lighthearted, fun, fucking lots of fuckery. We'll go and check it out. This Zachary Levi guy, he's cool and all. And I like him. I thought he did really well as Shazam. But then I was like, if this does happen to cross paths with the rest of the heroes, like, you know, Superman, Batman, whatever else, if he happens to end up in a Justice League film down the track or does something with them, is he going to fit?
I think so.
You reckon he'll fit in?
I think he's it's
Put him-
almost like
put him
him
next
and
to
Flash.
Batman. Yeah, but put him next to Batman and Superman.
I
He's
think-
supposed to be. I mean, don't
Like-
forget, he's a Marvel. Like, his name
Yeah.
is Marvel. Like,
Yeah.
he's come out at the same time as the Captain Marvel film. Like, he's supposed to be like
Yeah.
up there in, you know, big guy status.
In the actual, like, in the
DC universe.
Is
Yeah,
he really?
he's quite a popular, big name character. Don't forget, he's a combination of gods. So he's
That's true, actually.
yeah.
That
So
makes
he's
sense.
quite a, you know.
Yeah, he's an up there character.
He's an up
meant
there
to be.
character.
Okay.
So, like, to put him next to Batman and Superman, I'm like, can I see him, especially the way he was acted out in this film, does he fit in between Batman and Superman when they're...
Not in the current ways that the DC universe movies are going. Like, you know how, like, Batman and Superman and, like, even Aquaman and stuff like that, they're all kind of in that serious vein.
Yeah.
If they were to take a step in the same direction as Shazam, like, I think, you know, Batman can be funny, I think.
I know, like,
Sort
I
of.
mean, I know he's been my favorite when he's been in the... What's that dude's name? Batman Returns, Batman 1989.
Michael Keaton,
No,
Tim Burton.
that one. In the Tim Burton films, he was very dark, and you know, Batman is always dark. He's supposed to be a dark character.
Yeah.
I don't ever, and this is me saying that I don't think they'll ever cross paths. I don't think
No, yeah.
Shazam will ever end up in those movies with those guys. Like, I don't think they're gonna have to worry about that. But like, I looked at the character and I was like, they've done a really good job. This is a really fun film. It's enjoyable. I liked all of it. Like, it was fun, except for the beginning bit where I was like, this is tacky as fuck.
Yeah, that was
That wizard-
hard to get past. I was like, fuck, please be better
Yeah.
than this for the rest of the
Yeah.
movie. And it's like, it almost lost me.
And Marvel made fun of the fact that Doctor Strange is like a wizard.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we're here to talk to a wizard about
Yeah.
you know, something. And these people are from space. Like, they made fun of that.
Oh, yeah.
In this, they were like serious about
Yeah.
the fact
I'm
that
a wizard.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it
Dude's
was
a wizard.
yeah, so it was very interesting. I liked
Hagrid's
it.
gonna kick the fucking door down and be like, "You're a wizard, whatever your name was."
Yeah,
It's like, "I'm a wizard."
it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
I had fun with it. I said I wanted to, like, next time there's a storm, I'm gonna hold a pole up because, like, being
that's
Shazam
how you
is
get
cool.
superpowers.
Yeah, like, they made Shazam cool.
I'm just gonna crawl into the arachnid enclosure at the zoo and hopefully get fucking bitten by all of the deadly spiders.
Something
And
will-
either I'll go into a coma or I'll wake up with superpowers.
I just plan to get really, really rich and then have an underground lair.
Josh would 100% be a Batman. But, like, not like cool Batman where he's all like, I'm Batman. Josh would be like, hey, check out my Batmobile, and it does a 6 skid when you put it in skid mode, and then he'd be like, bah, 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 and it would be hue lights and shit.
I can see Josh becoming Batman.
Oh, it's raining!
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I can see Josh becoming Batman and sending Robin out on all the missions. Just being at home being like, hey, by the way, robbery,
You forgot something.
go do this. I'm fixing the
I'll be
Batmobile.
busy playing with my tech.
Taking the Batmobile
He'd be
out
like,
for a
look at all my
ride.
new batarangs, and it'd be like, Robin would be like, I nearly died today. It's like, yeah, but they do this now, and it's
I'll
just
be
like,
sitting there
fuck,
like
it's
making a new
Wi-Fi.
diddly or like, you know, upgrading this
Oh,
diddly.
he's an Iron Man. Maybe he's an
Totally.
Iron Man.
Robin, I'll drop you off at the robbery.
It's me, I'm Robin.
I'm gonna test the autopilot
I'll
on the
just drive him
Batmobile.
there and then have autopilot drive me back.
That's how it would work out. It'd be like, I'll drop you here. I'm going to test the autopilot in the Batmobile. I'll be back in half an hour.
And then it's Sunday, so
Figure out.
instead of watching the movie, I'm going for a Sunday drive in my Lamborghini.
Yeah, that's the way it would work.
Dan's
That's
always
exactly
been
how it
Deadpool
would
in my
go.
head. Dan's always been headcanon Deadpool because he's
Yeah,
just like, he's
but-
softer than you think he is.
But I wouldn't have the healing factor.
Why?
I think I'm stupid enough to just get killed straight.
No, but I think the healing, the being stupid goes hand in hand with the healing factor. It's like, you're a dumb cunt and you're going to get into fucked up situations.
you
It's like,
know
but
you
you will
can-
live through it. You'll be a horrible,
True.
disfigured, testicle-looking motherfucker, but You come out on the other side unscathed.
Yeah.
I couldn't be a superhero. I'm too afraid of everything.
I don't think you are. I think you're
Birds
very...
freak me out.
That's true. You do send me pictures of bin chickens and you're like, Gabby, I had to go the other way because the bird looked at me funny. I'm not kidding. You go on Chloe's Instagram stories and it's like, there was a bird on the corner of the street, so I went around the block to get to my office.
Dude, I crossed the road because it literally stood in my path and I was just like, nope, gotta go this way.
There's a joke about a chicken crossing the road here, but I can't quite make
Can't remember
it
it.
happen.
If you remember it, let me know.
No.
It sounds
I'll
like
leave
one
it
I
in
might
the-
have heard before.
No.
No?
So, how would you rate it overall? Let's do a DC measuring scale. So, not like overall movie. Within the DC universe, I'd give it like an 8.
In comparison to the rest?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'd say like comparison to what I went in to see and what I came out feeling like.
Yeah.
I'd say it was like an 8.
Yeah.
I can't really put much else up there. How far back are we going in DC Universe? Because I've had some
Let's go at the
favorites.
very beginning.
My the last movie that I liked from DC was Wonder Woman.
Okay.
No, I'd agree
think.
with that. Well, for that reason, because I think I parred Wonder Woman as an 8 or a 9 at the
Yeah.
time. And I would say Shazam to me is very much the same thing. Very much two very different movies, two different sets
100%.
of feelings that you get with it.
Yes.
But both equally as good.
Up there, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, 9 for me for Shazam.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably like based on their track record, for me 8 or 9, really.
Yeah.
Like it was
Up there as a DC.
based on what I was expecting going in and where I was when I left, I was very, very impressed with it.
Yeah.
That
For
said,
what it was.
That said, if you go in there and you fucking hate it, don't complain to us.
It's
Go, yeah.
like, you know, it's nothing's
Movies are
going to get up
subjective.
to like Dark Knight level for me.
Oh yeah.
But you know,
it'll never be.
it wasn't anywhere close to Dark Knight.
What was the
Not
one
saying
with the
that, but
nipples?
it's still good.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Go in, watch the trailer, and go in expecting to feel exactly the way you felt watching the trailer. Because that's
Yeah.
what this movie does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It delivers exactly what the trailer makes you believe it's going to deliver.
And just fight through all that cringy shit at the
Yeah.
beginning. I promise that it gets funny.
There is
And
cringy shit in the
it's
beginning, the
cool.
middle, and the end as
Yes.
well. Because there's such he's such a clean cut superhero. There's no battle damage. There's no scathing.
It's
There's
Yeah.
no,
weird.
he's
I will say the outfit is very, very red.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's very clean
Yeah,
the whole way
he's-
through.
he's
it
very
kind of
polished.
gave me vibes
I
of Green Lantern.
Liked
like that.
it at the end. By the end of it, like I hated the costume. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, what is that? And then I walked out. I'm like, you know what? I'm into it.
yeah.
I liked that it suited his personality.
Yeah, but
It's
it
like-
did not suit his fucking body because you
No.
could see that his shoulders, his fake shoulders and everything were much bigger than his head.
all the padding. But I figured that almost was
Intentional.
like
yeah.
it played to the idea that he was still a
Totally.
kid inside, and
Yeah.
it was like,
Well, he's still growing
Yeah.
into his body, that kind of idea.
just
Yeah.
to kind of like it reminded you that he wasn't like
He was given this.
he's not Superman. He's someone who was thrown into a suit and doesn't really get what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
Like,
he was very
they're new to this.
very very happy to be in that suit.
It's like when you get a 12-year-old a Mustang and they're all like, power! Then they power slide into a bunch of pedestrians and then
Standard
jail.
Mustang behavior. Hey, we've blown through like a very long time talking about that.
Let's talk about us.
Let's
Yeah.
do.
Yes, let's talk
Horror
about us.
movie. Who's the director?
Jordan Peele.
I knew to look to her to say that because I couldn't remember if it was Jason or Jordan.
No, Jordan Peele, and it was his second movie that he's ever directed.
Yeah, he did
What was
Get
the
Out.
first?
Get Out.
was the first one.
Ah,
Yeah.
see, I only I don't think you've watched it
I haven't
yet.
seen it.
I think you
I
should
really
watch
want-
it.
Did I hear a click?
Yes.
Go check it.
Go to click.
We'll be right back.
No, still going.
I
Yay!
swear to God, it clicked.
Yeah,
It did- no, I heard the click.
I'm going to break the clip because
Yeah,
we've
sure.
only got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Somebody say we're transitioning.
Hey guys, we'll be back in like 5 seconds because we gotta, clean the shit out of Dan's garage.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's full shit.
Perfect.
And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry we had to go and
Clean shit out of my garage.
couldn't think of anything
Clean-
clever to say.
clean the shit out of my
I
Yeah.
really
honestly thought
blanked.
you were going to say anus.
Well, I thought that would be cool if we got like chocolate pudding and covered ourselves in pudding and came back like, whoo, that was a big job.
Josh didn't give us enough time.
There
Pudding
was,
shirt.
There was not a.
He pressed the button, then he pressed it again and said, "We're starting."
I was like, oh, but the gag.
"The garage."
There's a chocolate chip cookie over there. We could have smeared that.
You gonna make me wait till Sunday?
Come back and there's just
Fuck.
chocolate chip
spinach
nipple
bar.
covers.
I love Emperor's New Groove. Chloe,
That's
don't
the
uncross
second
your legs.
snort.
Oh, yes, sorry, I can't.
You're not wearing underwear.
I walked in and Chloe was like, I couldn't be bothered wearing underwear. And I was like,
And now the internet knows.
So,
Frame by frame.
For anyone
the
that's
entire
watching,
50 minutes.
tell your friends in future this opportunity will arise again, and we're gonna have one of those fucking what's that movie?
Basic Instinct.
Basic Instinct moments where she does the dramatic leg movements and crosses them the other direction. And I'm gonna forget to pixelate it.
Forget.
Pixelate a huge dick.
Forget.
So this would be a good time to remind you: turn the notification button on
That's it. Subscribe to this shit.
and subscribe.
yes.
Watch the fucking show because you're gonna get to see Gash at some stage in future.
And
Not
right
guaranteed.
after that, we won't have any more shows.
We'll be done.
Bye bye YouTube.
We'll
You
just move
porn.
over to
You porn.
YouPorn.
You porn. From
Yeah,
there.
if ever we disappear from YouTube, go looking there.
Straight to you porn.
Pornhub. I'd go to UJizz. UJizz is my favorite.
Which
I
is
like
pretty
you
good.
porn.
It's
I
getting
don't
up
know
there.
about YouPorn.
It's so easy to navigate and it's pink.
Yeah. Oh, is it pink?
It's pink.
Oh man.
But like black and pink, but
You-
still has pink.
UJizz feels really 90s. It's like all red and shit. I'm not,
It's
Yeah,
outdated.
'cause
it is a
tubes.
bit.
It's time to fix your shit up.
Huh?
Because tubes.
Tubes?
Yeah, tubes
All the tube
everywhere.
sites.
Yeah, there's heaps of tube
YouTube's
sites.
red.
Yeah.
All the tube sites got to be red.
There's a place called Triple X Dan, and I'm just like, I guess.
Oh, I mean-
I guess this is where I am
Obviously.
now. Sorry, guys.
Hey, weren't we trying to review a movie?
We were.
yeah,
we're
this
gonna
is
review
us.
it.
Okay, sure. Yes,
Yeah.
Us. Horror movie. I think it's out probably now by the time that this comes out. Fuck yeah. Sure.
it's
sure.
definitely
It
out.
came out Thursday last week.
Yeah, it's definitely out because my boss saw it on my recommendation, and I'll let you know what his thoughts were right after
he's
this.
fucking hated it.
Did he hate it?
He yeah,
Right after this. Right now.
I want to know now. I'm impatient.
yeah, he was like very confused by the whole thing,
I knew he would be.
and it was I don't know. He tried to get my interpretation of it, and then I realized that like I'd kind of forgotten a lot about it.
Yeah.
I was trying to like run it all back in my head, and so now you'll get an experience of what that's like.
Yeah, it's fair though. I mean, I'll start. I think it was a good movie because I enjoyed what the movie just provided
Yeah.
from a general horror sense.
Mm-hmm.
The whole concept, and the trailer reveals this, so it's no spoilers, but the whole concept of like a family in like their beach house wakes up or is awake at night to see themselves standing in the living room. And then finding out that they think exactly the same way, so they know every next move you're going to make and you can't escape them, and it's all fucking, it's crazy. Is a really good premise for a horror movie. It's like scary as fuck.
It is.
There's like, I like the eerie scenes, and for me in horror movies, the eerie scenes are the best scenes. It's usually the times that you can't even see the actual bad guy. You just know they're there.
Yeah.
And like, there's this one image that stays in my mind, and I said to Chloe on the way home, I was like, if that movie carried that tone the whole way through the film, I'd have loved it from start to finish, where it was the family standing like in the dark, not saying a fucking word, but you could see them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you just like, you'll yell at them, you'll scream at them, you'll threaten them with a bat, and they just stand there and they stare at you.
Yeah.
And they don't give a fuck what you're saying. They don't give a fuck how you're acting. They're there to like do what they have to do, and they don't give a fuck. And I was like, if that went the whole way through, I'd have loved it more than what I liked it. I mean, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. I liked Get Out after the third time I watched it. It took me 3 times because the first time I was like, it's not bad. It does have a lot of messaging in there. Like, obviously Jordan Peele has like messages in these movies. And the first one was all about racism and, like just perceptions on different characters and stuff like that. This one had a lot of fucking messages in it. And it was very mixed bag of messages.
Yeah.
You took all kinds of shit from it. Someone, I think Chloe was quoting him last time we spoke about this, saying that if you don't understand this movie, you're too stupid to criticize it.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but at the same time, there's a lot of fucking messages in there. If you're there to enjoy a horror movie, you're probably not there to pick up every message as well. So,
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. It was great. The soundtrack, I still listen to it. Like, yeah, the soundtrack was great.
Yeah.
It had its horror movie elements. What's her name? Lupita. Lapido. I don't know the last name. She was very good.
Yeah.
She was very good. It has horror movie history. Like, it's got a good history as a horror movie. I think it can last. Like,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but it was fun. I had a good time at it. I
Yeah.
thought it was cool. The fact that like they can all pretty much like get together and decide they're all going to wear red jumpsuits, one brown glove, and carry scissors.
Yeah.
Like that they all got together and planned that out was kind of like, all right, fine, I'll go with this.
Yeah.
There's always that suspension of disbelief kind of stuff in these
Yeah.
horror films. Like it's that bad guy thing where it's like they have to stand there and take the hit. Like you can't just run away, or you've got to be on the ground and you've got to be struggling. You can't just get that easy blow in and be like, all right, now I'm on top and you're dead.
I think the people who really enjoy horror movies are the people who can suspend that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to
And
sort of
be
just
totally
look past
fine with
and
it.
be okay with it.
Yeah.
And that was kind of, So I enjoyed it. It was fun. I'd see it again. I mean, I'm going to have to anyway. I'll take my brothers and my sister to see it and some friends to see it. But Yeah, it was good. It's something I'd watch again. I mean, I'm watching Get Out now for like the 4th time, and it's still fun for me to watch. So it's a good movie.
Good.
Yeah.
I would suggest go and see it from my perspective.
Yeah.
Like, me personally, I saw it from a very different perspective to Dan. Like, I know there's always a very clear distinction on like what's a horror movie and what's a psychological thriller, but I feel like horror movies now really need to go down that sort of path to have that more scary feel about it. And so, like, a lot of what this movie said, like Dan said, there was a whole mixed bag of emotions and mixed bags of messages of what you were getting, but I think that was the whole point of the movie. Like, I haven't stopped thinking about it. I'm still looking at interviews and articles and stuff and what people are thinking about it, because I think that was the intriguing part of the movie. So, like, I definitely would watch it again just because I want to satisfy curiosities. And yeah, I do think it was a good movie overall, but it's definitely a very different kind of movie.
It got mixed reviews. I remember a lot of people came out. Did you hear a
No,
click
that was
again?
the air conditioning thing.
Okay. I remember when it came out, a few people I knew went and saw it early. And one person in particular was like, I really didn't enjoy that movie. And I was like, okay. And it was at the time, it was the only person who had said that. And I kind of looked at it and I'm like, I wonder why though? Like, I wonder what it was about it that was not enjoyable, or that they didn't understand, or, you know what I mean? Like, so
I think it was because it's very much a movie you cannot take on face value. You see it as it is, and then I can understand why you don't like it. It really is trying to challenge your thinking. Yeah. And like, there are definitely creepy elements to it. And like, I think there are a lot of things there that the trailer made you think, but then it brought you into something else. And I actually really appreciate that kind of experience with it.
Where they flip it, they like bring you in and it's like, yes, this is all going to be in the movie, but also it's like, ooh, fuck.
It works with some, doesn't work with everything. To me, I personally think it worked with this movie.
Oh, okay. Josh, how about you as a not so horror movie? You know what? You're doing better on the horror movie front.
Yeah, it's only certain ones that really scare me, but it's like, it's
like
the ones...
Greta?
The
old lady?
Yeah.
Psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ones I think that get in my head. They're the ones that scare me. Like the Conjuring universe, I think. That one gets me.
movies.
But then the something else might begin with a C. I don't know. You
Clunge.
showed me. Yeah, Clunge.
Yes.
And the Clunge universe doesn't so much scare me. In fact, it does some other things to me.
Yeah,
but anyway.
It's a moist universe.
It is.
Squelchy.
Very damn.
Yeah.
Gushing
Can we
sometimes.
stop talking about moisture, please? It's really hot.
Gross. Anyway.
So, what were we talking about again? Us?
Clunge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chloe.
Did this one get inside your head? Considering it was kind of psychological?
Bit. I found it like you guys have sort of all hinted at, it's more, in my opinion, psychological thriller than straight out horror.
Mm-hmm.
And the trailer, I don't think lied, but it was definitely what it set me up for in my head isn't what I ended up getting out of the movie. Yeah. But that said, it wasn't bad. No. There were a lot of messages, and it was very sort of...
It's political.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that was like, not even, left, right, whatever. It's like just sort of stuff where the themes don't really add anything to the plot. It's more just there to make a message, to make a statement. Yeah. And so there's a lot of that stuff going on. So there's elements where if you wanted to cut the movie down and pull those elements out of the script, you'd be able to probably boil this down into much more of a scary horror film, and take other elements further. But because it's got that message and that theme and that sort of thing going on, like it's in an interesting place. It's got a lot of comedy elements too. Like
there was comedy. That was the weird part.
Like
Guys, it is Jordan Peele.
The cool black family, doing their thing. Like, and they're all grooving in the car and whatnot. Yeah. I'm very white, so I wouldn't understand this stuff. But
it's true. He thinks yogurt is spicy.
White. Hey, that's not true at all.
Calls yogurt,
it's the one thing I can do is spicy.
Wrong with that.
Where it comes from. Fuck. Give him a break. Jesus.
See, now I do understand this racism.
But I understand.
Horrible.
I understand what you're saying, because one thing that I always do when I watch a horror movie, as a longtime horror fan, is I'll go to these films and
I think I just had an aneurysm.
I always question, like, if you get the chance to have a platform like a film that is going to be so mainstream that everyone's going to go see it, do you take the opportunity to create a horror movie like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Friday the 13th or Nightmare Before Christmas, Nightmare on Elm Street?
Terrifying.
Do you just create this horror movie, have an iconic character that goes through history, as an iconic character, or do you use that platform to spread a message?
Yeah.
And I think in this day and age, to get that platform, especially when it's only your second movie, your first movie had a message in it. I guess it's like a given that your second movie must have a message. And so I get that it had like many messages in it.
If it becomes your stick, you know, like that your movies have this high tone message that's overarching, and it's like, yeah, it's a horror film, or yeah, it's a whatever, but I'm going to, you know, push this belief upon you. Yeah. And it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like if you can educate people under the guise of a horror film, then that's a good thing.
Especially if it's for good.
Yeah. What did you
it's
think?
always really handy when it comes to having...
it depends, like, you know, I mean, everything's subjective, but yeah.
Yeah.
Depends what agenda you're pushing.
Yeah. So you guys, you left it enjoying the experience?
I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
But on reflection, having my boss who asked me, like, he wanted a recommendation. He rang me on Sunday. He was like, I'm going to this film. We don't know what to pick. Would you recommend it or not? And I was like, yeah, I liked it. I mean, like, I don't know if you will. And he's like, oh, you know, I don't want that answer. Give me a proper answer. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
He
like,
wants to be able to blame you after.
And then he did. Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, what do you want from me?
Okay. So there is a certain type of person that will go to the theater to see horror movies. Mm-hmm. And I file them under shit cunts because they're the kind of people that don't appreciate horror movies. And this isn't me being a snob because I don't know fucking dick about movies, all right? I don't ever claim to be like a critic.
They send us to movies.
Oh, shit.
Stop. You know everything about movies. What the fuck?
But there are people that go to horror movies who just will not care. They will not care if any part of it is good, if any part of it is interesting, if it's not scary and it's been labeled a horror movie, or if it's too hard for them to understand, they opt out. And they'll come out and be like, that was a fucking waste of time, or that was stupid. That is your boss. 100%. He would have gone in and been like, I don't get it.
Agree,
It wasn't that scary, or it wasn't
calling him out
enough of one thing or enough of the other. It's like, all right, you need to shut up and just go back to watching Batman vs. Superman or some shit.
I think if you want a simple to consume kind of horror film where it's literally just there for, I'm going to give you a heart attack once every couple of minutes.
Saw.
Watch something else.
Go watch
if
Paranormal
you want to
Activity.
watch something and actually think a little bit and enjoy the film for being a pretty good film on its own without just being scared constantly, it's a good film.
Us was beautifully filmed. The score was incredible. The
fucking
acting was fucking phenomenal. I felt every bit of emotion that came out of it. And it was funny. And it was, you know, different and fresh. And sure, it wasn't the scariest horror movie I've ever seen. But fuck, I was interested the whole time. I'm like, where is it going? What is happening?
It's a different film.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I
And
think
so...
there was a quote saying that it actually, like, it's partially reinventing the horror genre.
Yeah. And it is.
100%
Because
agree.
horror, in this day and age especially, is fucking political these days. It's like, terror doesn't just come from ghosts that are hiding in your fucking ceiling and Tony Collette crawling around your house and shit.
Have you guys seen that?
I have.
I haven't, and I've been told
love it.
by...
I
know.
That is
Everyone
the one
keeps
movie that'll
telling me.
fuck him.
Dude,
Everyone
really
keeps
will.
telling me that's going to, like,
It'll do
me
you.
in and
It'll
stick
do
with
you.
me.
It fucked me up.
Joshy, we're
Huh?
going to see you normal now, and you're not going to come back the same.
It's great.
Once you watch it.
I
It's
really
really
liked
good.
it. It's good fun. What's it called?
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Yeah.
Just in case, like, you haven't
It's
seen
good.
it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Go see it.
But
like,
yeah, us
horror
is-
movies are gonna be fucking political because scary shit is happening, and it's like it's been happening to certain groups of people, like marginalized groups of people, for a long fucking time, and it's being put in front of us now, and we're like, holy shit. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense why people feel this way.
And
So-
when it's in front of a mainstream sort of audience,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
you're able to spread that message to the people who should be fucking hearing
Exactly.
it.
So I
That's-
loved
And then you
it.
can
I'm still
empathize
confused.
when you like in the same way you get scared in a horror film for the person in it. Same sort of thing happens where you sort of go, you can see what they're getting at, what messages.
Put
they're
yourself
sort of,
in their shoes, and you're like, shit.
So if you've never been able to sort of feel for a marginalized race or like class of society or whatever it might be, you might actually be able to from watching a horror film, which is really cool.
I love it.
And then
Horror's
it makes
great.
you realize that you live in a slightly horrific fucking world right now
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's so good.
On another note, we all enjoyed Us. We're all
was
looking forward to Borderlands 3 coming out.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because the trailer fucking dropped.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I figured,
Oh yeah.
should end on a
fuck
happy
yeah.
note.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing. I think how long have we been waiting for the next And
Six
I'm putting
years.
everyone on the spot. It's like kind of close.
Maybe 6. No,
I haven't
maybe
even looked it
5.
up myself. It's been a while.
I think it's 5.
Maybe 5.
Since what, the pre-sequel came out?
I didn't.
think, yeah.
We
Didn't
played
really
like
play pre-sequel.
yeah, we played like
Pre-sequel.
maybe an hour of the pre-sequel and then
Okay.
put it down.
I finished pre-sequel.
You did?
Yeah,
wasn't
well,
a
you didn't want to
huge
play it, so I was like,
fan.
fuck you, I'll play
I didn't like the whole moon thing and like not being able to breathe and shit.
That annoyed me too.
Yeah,
How come
Josh
every
didn't-
time I click on pre-sequel on Google, it's giving me Borderlands 3? Sort that out.
Excuse you, Google.
They probably don't want people to know it existed. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
It was a
Pre-sequel was a weird one because we
Yeah.
loved Borderlands 2, and as soon as we were done with it and we'd sort of played through some of the hardcore modes and whatever else, we were like, all right, let's move on to the next one. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
I just want more of this. Put it on, struggled through like an hour or two of trying to play it and just really not enjoying it, and eventually went, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
took out the disc, put Borderlands 2 back in, and never looked back.
Be
Yeah.
like, woo, Blood Dome, let's
Yeah.
go.
That's
Yeah.
what we've been doing ever since like the trailer came out. Like we've been we unloaded up our old characters from Borderlands 2 and have just been playing the story again.
I found a code
From
that
the
gives you
beginning.
100 gold keys.
Really?
Yeah.
I've still got...
So-
I refuse to let Gabby
Yeah,
use
I'll
the
give it to
gold
We've
you.
key.
got one gold key each
And we've
to
never
open.
used
You know the back at your base and
Yeah.
there's like that
Sanctuary.
thing.
Yeah,
at
Sanctuary, yeah, yeah.
We haven't opened
Oh my
our,
god, we
our
were
little
farming
thing.
the fuck out of it the other day. We
Yeah.
opened it like 40
Yeah,
times.
but we've only got one key.
I'll give you 100.
Yeah, I need 100.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the thing
no,
was,
so I haven't
it
opened
said
it
you
yet.
can only
Getting
use
these
this
handguns.
once.
We're
You
still
can
waiting
only
for the
open it
giant
once.
motherfucking bazooka.
And yeah, we were
All
like,
of those.
Oh, I've
oh
got
no,
3, but I need
I've
more.
read about it,
A
and
lot,
it,
actually.
you know, the
Each
level
blanket.
you are dictates what you get to some
Yeah,
extent.
so we were like, level up,
so we're like,
level up, level up.
Yeah.
we
and
just
now we're like
opened
capped
it.
out right near the
Oh.
top, or possibly at the top. I can't remember. Does it cap out at 50? Is that what it is, or
No,
something?
I'm on like
I can't
43
remember.
or something, and I was like, I'm high enough to open this a fuckload of times. I'm happy with the
Yeah.
guns I get.
Yeah.
So,
Because
yeah.
that was the thing. We had one key, and we were waiting and
Strung
waiting and
around
waiting.
one key.
Finished the game. I knew this would happen because this is just who I am as a person. It's the rainy day thing, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do that because then what if I'd waited a little longer? It's like me with my
And then it's
my
me,
gold,
and then it's me being
and I save
impulsive as
it.
fuck. It's like, I'm level 13, I should open the cunt up and get the fucking best gun in the game right now and fucking use it to obliterate motherfuckers.
And I tried it on PC and I
Yeah.
tried it on PlayStation 4 and it works on both. So
Oh, send us
So what
100
is this?
keys.
Like an up, down,
No,
up,
you
down,
need
A,
100
B, left,
keys.
right?
no, you go to the shift code section in extras, go to extras in the
Yeah.
menu, and
Yeah.
it says shift code.
Yeah.
You just type in, it's like a fucking 12 letter
Yeah,
It's
number.
like a
because
dev
they give them
code
out
thing.
on the Twitters and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
and-
yeah.
I've seen them
and
give-
I've got
yeah.
the 100. I don't know if I'm hoping it's still operational. It was this past weekend, so I'll give it to you. You can-
All right, do it
Don't
If
before
anything,
this
what I'll do
comes
is
out.
if it's still operational, we'll put it in the description or we'll
Yeah.
put it on the video.
You'll put it in Discord.
Yeah.
Hey.
And we'll just
Yeah.
give it
Come
out.
find it.
And that way people can come and check it out. And
Can we
if
do
you-
4-player?
if it gives you yeah.
Yes.
Well, the next one is going to give us the opportunity to connect easier. The old ones didn't connect that well. the new ones will have crossplay as well.
Well, that's good.
Who's
Because-
everyone
That's awesome.
playing? Who are you playing?
I'm a siren.
She's
Shotgun
buff
the
siren.
siren.
Fine, you can have buff siren.
You guys
I
can
want
go
buff
first.
siren.
I'll go anyone because
I'm a
don't
snipey
care.
boy.
He wants to
I love
snipe.
a good
a sniper
snipe.
boy, and you can
I'm
just
easy,
go either
man.
one.
You want to be Tank Girl? I'll be Beastie Boy.
I'm happy to be Beastie Boy too. That's
wanna
the
be
thing.
Beastie
I
Boy,
was
I'll be
like,
Tank
I'm
Girl.
happy with anyone.
Yeah,
Tank it
me
up.
too.
Every time I play Borderlands 2, I go Axton
Yeah,
because
I
for me
go
the turret
Maya.
is. I'll be like, you know what, Chloe, go fight. Let me throw my turret out.
And then be like, I'm going to complete the
I'm gonna go
objective.
loot.
No, he says Chloe go fight. Chloe gets fucked up while he kills everybody else
Yeah.
and gets all the bonus points. He's 2 levels ahead of me. So he gets all the good guns before I can use
I'm
them.
a level ahead of Josh, but only because I don't know somehow I have
you had
extra.
I think your armor or something had a multiplier. Or
Yeah.
I had an extra, like a 0.5 extra
Yeah.
multiplier.
And when
on
you
my
get
shit.
from when you get that at level 10 and then you move on like 30 levels, it makes a pretty
fucking
big
oath.
difference.
Oh yeah. I've got the multiplier on the turret, so I just
Yeah.
throw the turret out and just go and get all the shit.
I had a
and then come
smaller
back.
multiplier, and then I think Gabby was so gracious as to swap multipliers with me so that I could try and creep back up. Because I think your
But I'm just better than you
character-
anyway.
Well, I think, yeah.
I think the
You know
siren
what? I'm
gets
not-
pretty OP at high level.
I think you also get like more experience just
Josh
from
stopped
being a
playing
siren.
because he kept
in that?
dying and losing money.
Oh,
money
yeah.
loss is
Cost him too
fucked.
much
But
to
it was-
die.
it
Four and a
was-
half
it
thousand
was-
for us at the moment to fucking
Yeah,
rejuvenate.
yeah.
Like,
I think
Yeah,
my
I
character's
think I
so
was
low.
losing like 50,000
Yeah,
or
it's
20,000 or some
dumb.
stupid amount.
No,
'Cause
it's 200,000.
Yeah,
yeah,
for
that
us.
was it because we had like
So
over a
dumb.
million,
Yeah.
whatever the credit thing
Josh
was.
is running around with all this money, and then he
Oh my
fucking
God.
dies, and he's like, and he comes back and he's like, wait a minute, why does it say minus like $400,000? I'm like, because he died.
because he
He's
died.
like,
Yeah.
And we went
And
and,
that's
did
why we
the
had to stop.
stupid
The blood dome thing?
dome, and I thought, no, I chased my losses and I kept going back.
because I can keep myself alive, you know, being the siren and shit, heal yourself, and you like shoot yourself with your gun and stuff, and you're fine.
You know what? You know what the most frustrating thing is? Is I'll play with Chloe, and I'll be like, all right, so we're running into this zone, and it's just got fucking people everywhere. So I'll throw the turret down.
Yeah.
The turret will get blown up. I might end up in a position where I've gotten knocked down, right? And I need to
be rezzed.
I need to kill someone.
Yeah.
I don't usually rely on being rezzed because I'm being rezzed at the wrong fucking time.
Oh.
Like I will
about to be blown up again.
Yeah. I'm about to like kill someone, and I'm like, Chloe, don't kill this person, because as soon as I kill them, I'm back up, second chance. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like shooting at this person. Should just kill them.
Oh.
Then she'll come and res me while 4 people are shooting at her.
See, I
really
find
care.
one person close to Josh, and I'll phase lock
Very
them
misguided.
so that he can shoot them while they're trapped, and I go back after the people who
Yeah,
are
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
She
you.
could do that.
I do that.
And you do it at the wrong time. She could do
We're a
that.
good team.
She could do that, but she cares so much that she's just like, I'm gonna kill that guy for you,
Yeah,
and then I'm
it's
gonna
like,
come and
save
res
Dan.
you. But then
Save
there's fucking like,
everyone.
there's dudes just pelting us.
I'm a true siren. I'm
Yeah,
just
you
trying
are.
to be really nice.
You're a true Chloe,
Yeah, you really are.
and we
That's
end up
cute.
both dying, and it's just like, nah.
Well,
It's
I
cool.
lose less money, so it doesn't impact the wallet that much.
Thanks for sniping. Thanks for having my back, like, all the way on the other side of the map. I'll be running up. Josh will be like, where are you? And I'm like, look through your scope, 10 times zoom. And he's like, oh, you fucking idiot. And I'm like, I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
Just suddenly,
Face off,
I'll be
face off,
zoomed in. I'm
face
like,
off.
yeah, no, I think I got a shot on him. Just give me a sec. And
it's
then
me
next minute,
running
there's a
through.
head just blocks my entire shot.
And I'm like, I'm going to go get
Like-
him. Josh is like, why are you like this?
Yeah.
then you go down there and you get
Captain
all of it.
Flint again. We've started again. And we're back at the
Oh,
beginning.
right.
I just also realized, so like, you know how you get your skill points
Yeah,
and you can
your
add
skill
it to-
trees.
I thought there was only one section that you had to keep like adding
Please.
skill sets
She's
to.
built that
Oh,
whole
wow.
fucking
I,
area up.
look,
and hasn't
I
gone
have a
besides.
fuck ton of harmony skill sets. That's
partner.
great,
It's really
but I
fucking
completely
good.
forgot about
This is
everything
why-
else. So like
this is
everything
why
that like
we're not, like,
increases my magazines
I'm a
for my
one-person
guns.
team with a
or-
turret.
See, I took the super
One
offense
person team with a
version of
turret.
the siren where it's just like, everything does damage. And
I'm a
like,
peaceful siren.
I'm
I think I'm
want to
meant to be
carrying
take
her
care of
fucking ass through
everybody.
this whole game.
I think I'm meant to
See,
be a
we
tank.
played really, really well together. Like, it was definitely a team effort. And as much as I hate to say it, without having the revive and whatever else going on, I couldn't work to my like full potential. And so it would have been so much more grindy without having
It's
Little
hard
Miss
to go
healing.
on your own through a game as a sniper,
yeah.
because you need to at least take a moment's worth of time to line that shot up.
And sometimes you have to go in.
Yeah.
And if your strengths are not close up,
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, great. And also, when you're, switching between guns for different, like all the different types of, what is the thing called? The damage that you do, like with the electricity and the...
Oh,
The-
they're just specialized. So
Yeah,
like,
there's
a-
I know what
there's
you're
a
talking
word
like
for it
when
though,
they
yeah.
have like extra acid or extra shock
Yeah,
or
that sort
extra
of thing.
explosion
Whatever
or
the
something.
name is
The
for that. Like,
elemental damage.
that's
stuff.
the
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
Okay, so with the elemental damage,
That's a
like
D&D
because I
thing.
have to keep on switching guns to best target things, like sometimes that can become a problem. Whereas if you can just phase lock somebody, that works equally well. That works equally well on everybody.
Yeah.
And
Especially when your phase lock does extra damage when people are getting shot within it. It's like,
Yeah.
and
That
then
helped.
yeah, and when you phase lock someone, you get healed as well, I think.
Mm.
And all these things, like there's a lot of stuff going on where it's like super, super, super beneficial to me to be able to get close-ish and like do a whole lot of no scoping and whatnot.
Yeah.
I know that I can get healed.
So this is where I.
But then if it doesn't work out, then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, screwed, I'm dead.
Yeah, this is why I kind of don't mind being like the beast guy in the next game, because he kind of, I feel like he's replacing the turret.
he's got a skag.
Yeah,
That's
he replaces the
what he's
turret.
got.
You throw your beast out,
Yeah.
and
Ow.
it allows you to like go around and flank, which is kind of the way I've always played. I've always thrown the
Yeah.
turret, and I've ended up in a different position to hit them from another angle.
What?
Yeah,
so
I did a lot of that with
Yeah.
Zero, where you can put your fake one out and he'll sit there fighting, and you just go, I'm going to run back now.
Yeah.
You're going to fight there. I'm going to get my shot. Bam, dead.
See, I'm happy to play the tank because I've realized thanks to D&D that I have a tendency to run in and just
Just
want
run
to
in and
destroy everything in front of me.
Yeah.
And
tanks
so,
do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I'm like,
And they
tank
just-
chick, and she's got a mech, and she's
Apparently, I
got a
can
fucking
jump on your mech.
Yeah, oh. Sold.
I'm supposed to be able to ride the mech with you.
Oh,
Have you
Ride
seen
the
like
bomb.
there's
No.
screenshots of like
oh fuck.
other members of your team jumping on your mech with you?
Y'all are gonna get on my mech.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
it's like
can't
a-
wait to ride on your shoulder and you just be like,
wait.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
So connectivity is going to be like way up there again. Like it's
Yeah.
going to. I'm
So
assuming.
keen.
I'm
So we're
assuming.
gonna have
I'm not.
Borderlands night, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and let's plays.
I'm
Do you know what I
assuming
hope?
there'll be crossplay.
I hope
Fuck,
so.
I
there better be
want-
crossplay.
System Link to come back as a thing in all games.
Oh boy.
Because I don't
We
want to
don't have
have to
time for
buy.
this.
I don't want to have to buy Xbox Live or buy it on PC and then you just get
I'll
it
buy
for free
Xbox Live.
or get it on whatever. Like
I don't
I
know.
want to be
I
able
got it
like
for
when I'm
Overwatch.
local and I've got 2 consoles and the world's worst internet. I don't want.
If you have enjoyed this episode of the Boneyard Arcade
That's
podcast,
why Halo Reach on Xbox
remember
360
to
was so great.
subscribe,
True.
Follow all of the socials in the links below. I don't know. Just come join our Discord as well if you ever want to chat about the things that we talk about on the podcast as well. We have a really cool community. We're organizing some stuff in the coming year. We're going to do blood drives and things like that. We're going to go be Boneyard's little pricks.
Blood drives?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We're gonna
been
go give
happening.
blood. You guys can't because you have had tattoos
Keep
in the
getting
last 6
tattoos.
Oh no,
months.
I'm past the 6-month period, but it's
Oh.
more getting past my
I'll be getting
fear
more
of needles.
tattoos.
Well,
You
just
can
drug you
become
up.
support crew.
I'll be getting more
No, no,
tattoos. But
that's
I'll
it.
come and I'll bring
Support.
cookies.
Yeah, cute.
No, if
I'll bring
everyone else
cookies.
does it, I would happily like to do it.
Oh, we're already registered as a team. Boneyard Arcade. The
Excellent.
Boneyard Arcade is officially a
Yeah,
registered
beautiful.
team. So if you're giving blood in other states, you can say that you're part of our team, and it goes towards whatever goal
What
we
we're doing.
set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No, I would
Okay.
give blood for a good cause. Just knock me out when they get the needles out.
I don't think that's legal. That's
What?
like
It's
technically
happening.
If
stealing.
you write it
You
down
have
or
my
there's a
consent,
video
knock
or
me
something,
out.
there you go. There's your consent. We
That's
can
consent.
knock her out and take her blood. You heard it here first,
It's on
folks.
video.
All right. Well, we're
She
gonna
didn't
go
specify what we use the blood for.
see a bunch more movies, and then we'll report back with another podcast. In a
We're
couple
seeing
of weeks.
Hellboy.
We're seeing Hellboy. It's gonna be
Hooray!
really cool. You can catch the next podcast where we'll
And
talk
this
about
comes
that.
out on WrestleMania Day.
Woo, WrestleMania! Yeah, we can put them into tags now. All right. Until next time, take it easy. Bye-bye.
See ya.